Okay, what happened this week? Probably the biggest news that we can look at is whether or not PragerU uploaded a new video. What is critical immigration theory? The f does that mean? Why neo-Marxism is a threat to family and faith? What is neo-Marxism? Did divine intervention save Trump? Oh man, that's a fucking awesome video. Different ways to budget. Oh man, I want to see this. It has 16k views in 2 days. That's horrible. For
Hey, Cash Course fans. Before we start the show, remember that you can get...
This is for kids. This is for kids. PragerU for kids? Do kids have a credit card? Credit card bill? Pay now? What's going on here?
Hundreds of free educational videos for all ages at PragerUkids.com. Subscribe today.
Cryptocurrency? What? This is for kids? Cryptocurrency? Total loan expense? Down payment? This is for kids?
Kids.com. Subscribe today and never miss an
Holy
episode.
shit! This is actually grooming. Now this is grooming. Okay, this is what real grooming is. Everyone involved in this should be in prison.
Jenny.
Classic kid situations. You're on a date with Jenny in a Parisian cafe, and you're drinking coffee out of a plastic glass that's bright blue. This is an everyday situation that kids would go through. You know, this makes sense.
We've been going out for a while now, and
This is for kids? Holy shit, no way. No fucking way. This is for kids? I thought you guys want kids to not know that sex exists. What is this? Turns out you're a bunch of pervs in the end. Actual grooming. Look at it.
well, there's something I wanted to ask you.
Yes, Chris?
What budgeting method do you use?
Oh, I don't know, a mix of this and that. Budgeting has never been my strength.
I was afraid you'd say that.
Are you breaking up with me?
No.
This is just pain. This hurts.
But I do have something for us. Waiter,
Ma'am, this gentleman has requested a special for you today.
Budgeting methods?
Was that supposed to be a joke? Was that like a skit? Was that funny? Man, conservatives are the honestly less funny than my chat. Unbelievable.
Budgeting is an important and necessary tool for managing your money, but the tools you use to budget could be different.
Basically, this is a video to say, hey, poor people who make $7 per hour. The problem is that your budget is wrong. It's not that everything's too expensive.
Depending on your circumstances and
Just live in a box, you know, your circumstances. Your apartment should be full of nothing but boxes.
season of life. Your budget will also look different from those around you, including your parents or friends. A good starting point for budgeting is the 50-30-20 method. In this method, you set aside 50% of your income towards your needs, 30%.
Okay, what if your needs cost more than 50% of your income? What if you don't have anything for wants? No one involved in making this video has ever worked in their life.
Towards your wants and 20% towards your savings.
Holy shit, I've never seen anything so disconnected from reality as this. Only going to pay 50% of your income to your needs. What are we talking about? Like 200k a year fucking managers?
If you're new to budgeting, this method is a simple way to get started.
Get started.
Look, here's how, okay, actual budget, okay? What about budget? Okay, very fucking simple here. I don't want any dissent. This is objective, this is fact. There's only one kind of budget that an American should have. It's not the 50-30-20 rule or whatever. It's the 100 rule. Now you might ask, okay, so what does the 100 rule mean? You know, I've never heard of that before. How do I budget using the 100 rule? Well, first you have to be American. Only Americans can do this. Everyone else is kind of left out, which I guess is kind of sad. You don't get to have the privileges that Americans do, okay? And the next part of it is gambling in Indian casinos as reparations. That's all you do. You get your paycheck, you go and gamble in your nearest Indian reservation until you have no money left. And then you go and live on the street and go to work. And as soon as you get your next paycheck, you go back to the Indian casino and you gamble your money away again. And the result of this will be this. Happy white people, smiling, thumbs up. The only way to true satisfaction, to really get rid of your white guilt, is to go and gamble immediately in the Indian casino. and never do anything else. None of this PragerU horse crap.
Started? You mean there's more?
Of course there's more.
The 50-30-20
What
method
is he
might work.
eating? Is he
You
eating
get
bread with a
Of
fork?
course there's
I guess it's pasta or something. Who knows?
more.
The 50-30-20 method might work great, but let's say you get a raise, a whole 10%.
50, 30, 20. Like, who are these people who are only spending 50% on needs? Who are they? Like, 50% on rent alone is optimistic a lot of the time. Are you fucking joking?
Utilizing incremental budgeting allows you to start adjusting your previous budget when your needs change. Let's say you spend $1,000 monthly on food, but you can now afford to
Let's say you spend $1,000 monthly on food. I'm sorry. How much do you weigh? What the fuck?
bump that up to $1,100 with your raise.
Sweet.
That's an incremental change that can be done to any area of your budget. If you really want to discipline yourself and
If you really want to discipline yourself, stock footage of Asian men in G's and black belts bowing. Holy shit, that's amazing. They just can't not be racist. They just managed to fit in random racism, like the most basic, like stereotype imaginable, in a video with nothing to do with it. This is so good. This video rules.
see where your money is going, consider envelope budgeting. This involves putting your budget into actual envelopes with cash. One envelope for food, another for rent, another for school supplies, and so on. Whatever the categories, this method will help you spend and save more.
So withdraw all of your money into cash and just leave it in your house in an envelope. What is different to just the difference between this and just saying, okay, this money in my bank account is for this and this is for that?
Intentionally. Using plastic for all of your purchases maybe can
None of the people, like no one involved in the creation of this video manages their own finances. That's how this works. I guarantee you they are all like married 60-year-old men and who are a stay-at-home wife who does everything for them.
convenient, but you'll more likely make wiser choices when you pay in cash and see where your hard-earned money is going. Or perhaps your goal is a big purchase, in which case paying yourself first budgeting could be useful. This means putting aside more money toward a specific goal and then figuring out how to live off what's remaining. If this
Figure
leaves
it
you with a
out, how to
tighter
live.
daily living budget, you'll have to find areas to cut back until your goal is reached.
Anyone else find it weird how in like PragerU's budget, rent seems to never ever be contemplated? Here is like the four things they thought to put in this image: groceries, games, gas, eating out. They never ever have rent. Well, I agree. You shouldn't rent. You should live on the street and just gamble in the Indian casino.
Cut back until your goal is reached. You may be
Yes.
eating ramen for a couple of months, but sometimes you have to live on the cheap now to enjoy the fine meal later.
What's the fine meal? Lunch with Jenny? Eating ramen for months to have lunch with Jenny? What is this? This is a horror film scene. He's eating ramen for months to put money into his lunch with Jenny jar with a photo of Jenny, which is for some reason facing the camera instead of him. This is Stalker. This is like an absolute fucking horror movie.
Enjoy the fine meal later. Now, say there's been a major change in your finances due to changes in your job or living situation, and your previous budget no longer works. You may need to utilize zero-based budgeting and start from scratch. This means creating a new budget and reconsidering your goals, needs, and expenses. You can play around with the numbers to make a budget that fits your current situation better.
Look at the next special. It says we can do this one together.
Oh, tell me more.
That's called participative or negotiated budgeting, and it involves two or more people working together to create a budget, such as starting a business or working on a school project. You can negotiate your budget based on everyone's needs and wants, but be prepared to compromise to meet your shared goals.
Did you guys know that like you can talk to people that's not budgeting. That's just like, did you know that you can speak to someone and compromise with them?
I know what I want now.
Me too.
Before you decide, take a look at today's special action steps.
1. Decide what your priorities are. After your essentials are covered,
Oh,
you have
rent! Didn't think they had it in them. Food, rent, and gas. The essentials of every American. Hamburger, housing, you don't really need that. As I said, Indian casino, and gas. Hamburger, and like Americans drink gas. They don't drink water, they drink gas. That's true.
the flexibility to prioritize. Whether saving for a big ticket item or creating an emergency fund, these priorities will determine how you build your budget. This also means your budget will look different from your friends, so don't be pressured by their priorities. 2. Get advice or helpful tools. Find a trusted family member or other expert who can review your budget and advise you on allocating your funds.
Is this what you're supposed to be doing?
Utilize budgeting apps, spreadsheets, or other online resources that can help you keep track of your finances. 3. Check in and update regularly. Budgets are made to change. Whenever your financial goal or income changes, revisit your budget and ensure everything still checks out. Adjust where needed and watch for unnecessary spending that doesn't contribute to your overall goals. No matter what type of budgeting you use, remember that it's a tool meant to help you, not hinder you. A well thought out budget can help you take control of your finances and prepare you for any surprises that may come your way.
I think this surprise would cost a lot more than whatever these people think it would.
When you finally achieve your goals, you'll be grateful you had a plan and stuck to it.
Do you want me to chip in?
Oh, no. I've been budgeting for this day for a long time.
Creepy fucker!
That's the most romantic thing anyone has ever done for me.
Holy shit, PragerU. I don't think you know what reality is. I've been budgeting for this day for months to take you out to this shitty cafe with blue glasses. These aren't even worth being called glasses, but at that point, that's when you run away. Especially like if he tells you about the photo that he had of you while he was budgeting for it.
Watch more.
Okay, that was the worst video I've ever seen in my life.